Good evening, everybody. And I say evening because it is already pitch black out. I can't believe that. Thanks to daylight savings. But wow. Um, a very interesting game yesterday. But before we actually get into the game breakdown, there was some breaking news that happened this morning. The Bears got Brian Dable fired. I mean, now personally, it's been a long time coming. I mean, he's blown huge leads like the last month. I mean, the biggest one being the Broncos, where they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter when the Giants were up 32 going into the fourth quarter. But also something I have to say, you have to protect Jaxson Dart better. I mean, this dude is on his fourth concussion in his first year. That is bad. That's really bad. But Mike Kafka takes over as interim head coach. I don't believe that he will be the full time after the end of the season. My question is, who is on their short list for their next head coach? That's a hard thing to predict right now because really there hasn't been that star-studded offensive play caller, and I say offensive play caller because I feel like with Jaxson Dart and the amount of offensive weapons you have to go offensive. I mean, there's one name that I could say, and I'm gonna say it. I think the Giants should look at Joe Brady, and I know that Joe Shane and Brian Dable did come from the Bills, but I mean I don't think there's another star-studded offensive player caller out there. I mean, my friend did say that they might need to look in the college route, but there is some drawbacks to that. How successful is a college system going to be in the NFL, and how good is your offensive staff going to be if you're a college coach going to the NFL? But guys, what are your thoughts on this? Jack, why don't you go first, and then I'll go to Michael.
Yeah, I think like you mentioned, it just had to happen, despite the fact that the offense was actually playing pretty well once Dart took over. Blew way too many leads. Dart's taken way too many hits for a team that's probably going to finish with 4 to 5 wins this year. And as far as the opening goes, I think it streams Mike McCarthy. I think the experience, the offensive background, he's won a Super Bowl.
I didn't think of that, actually.
I don't know how that would play out. I don't know what his relationship is like with their front office, but I think that would be the one that fits the best in my mind.
I didn't think about that. Michael, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the Bears came back, so it's like I'm so happy this happened. But I have more concern about the Jaxson Dart thing, just because
No, it's fair.
it's
fair.
his fourth concussion of the year. He has to stop taking hits like that. He has to just go down because he's gonna be in and out of this league very fast.
No,
Like we're coming up on Tua 2.0 almost.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with my one of my sports classes professor who's a Giants fan, and I was saying to him, he said the same thing you said, Michael, with Tua 2.0. But I said they're not quite there yet. The thing that gets them there is if he does the weird thing with his hands.
Or it could be another Andrew Luck situation where he's very good but has to retire early.
That's another good comparison. I like that. But we had to talk about that because it was the Bears that got him fired. And fun fact, I saved this on my Twitter. So in 2019, the Giants lose to Chicago. Pat Shurmur got fired. In 2021, the Giants lose to Chicago. Joe Judge got fired. And then as a result of yesterday, Dable got fired. So that just was just a funny, little snippet there. The Bears are getting everyone to suck. Honestly, I mean,
Hey,
it started with Jaden Daniels, and now it starts with getting Dable, and now it's getting Dable fired.
hey,
That's something.
to be fair, the last 2 games, they've it's because of injuries to their star player.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
But we do get them fired though. You need a Giants head coach fired, have him play the Bears.
All right. So Bears versus Giants post game reaction. I mean, the Bears, just as long as they fight and play all 60 minutes, they will win. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I went into the last drive of the game completely calm. I was like, there's 2 minutes left. Uh, Caleb Williams has led game winning drives for the last like 4 out of 5 games, and I just went into that drive. I'm like, he's got plenty of time. This is fine. We're gonna win. And I mean, unlike 2 weeks ago, I didn't think that there was any nervousness of the Bears losing, if I'm being honest with you, because the Giants just have blown leads in the fourth quarter the last couple of weeks. So there was no surprise for me. I mean, so Caleb had 220 passing yards, 63 rushing yards, 1 passing touchdown, and 1 rushing touchdown. And the box score doesn't say it all, because really, there were like 6 to 7 drops that if this game was played in a dome, Caleb has 3 to 350 passing yards. Personally, I'm not joking about that. I mean, he had some and it was the first time where all of his passes, necessarily the ones that were dropped, looked like good quality passes. I mean, they didn't look bad. I mean, it was more on the receivers who dropped them. But I mean, the run game was a little questionable yesterday. Swift had 80. Monangai had our lone rushing, or our one of our rushing touchdowns, and 28 yards, and then Caleb had 63. So I mean, I thought it was a good game. Just some yards missed there. Michael, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, so I actually didn't get to watch the game. I had a basketball game I had to go to. So I didn't get to watch it, and I'm actually a little happy I didn't get to watch that first half.
Sure,
because
fair.
that was ugly. But I did watch the highlights, and man, that fourth quarter was electric. I got home right as the fourth quarter ended, so kind of sucks, but man, was that a good game. I mean, with Caleb being like, he can be a dual threat guy. Like, he can be a runner, and he's in my opinion, I think he's a good passer. So, but if you said what you said, if that was correct, where he probably could have had 350 yards if we were in a dome,
I would say around like I'd say 325 to 340.
There were a couple. Zacchaeus and DJ Moore had a drop in the end zone. Zacchaeus had a couple drops over the middle.
Gotcha.
Not great.
Yeah, I mean, Zacchaeus has to get out of there. But
yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Jack, what was your reaction to this game?
Yeah, so I unfortunately did. I mean, unfortunately for 3 quarters, and then fortunately for a quarter, watched every snap of this game. And I still really have no idea how we won. Like, going into the drive where Jaxson Dart fumbled in the red zone for the Giants, we just could not stop anything. We were getting push back like 5 yards off the defensive line every single time they were running the ball, and I literally thought we had no chance. But credit to the Bears for rallying again. They seem to have a knack for it, which is really nice to see because it's been the opposite in years past. I still have nightmares about that Justin Fields game against the Broncos where we were up 28-0 or something close to halftime a couple years ago. So no need to apologize for wins. Definitely a little bit on the uglier side, but like you mentioned, like a couple different drops make the game a lot different. It was bad weather, first time for the Bears playing in that type of weather this year. So a win is a win, moved to 6-3. So got to be happy about that.
Yeah, no. Everything that you guys are saying are valid points.
I do want to say something. So Connor Burns, he's a TikToker.
I follow him. I know who he is.
So he said, like after the game was over, he said going into that drive, he was not nervous at all, and it's such a different feeling than what we had previously. Like in previous years, like we give up in those situations previous years, but now
I completely agree with him. I when the Giants had that muff punt, I'm like, okay, there's 2.5 minutes left here. I mean, you are literally probably handing off the ball to one of the most dangerous end of game quarterbacks right now, and I was like, we're gonna win. I know it. I know we're gonna win. And I mean, when I saw, because I saw the one you're talking about, I was like, yeah, he's exactly right. I had no fear.
I think I reposted it. I think that's why I know you follow him, but like it shows up.
No, yeah, I mean it's that's fair. That's fair. I mean it's huge, man. But the next topic is kind of is a fun one for me. So yesterday, Caleb Williams was Houdini. I mean, I said on Saturday that there is a complete possibility that the Giants with their defensive line gets at least 3 sacks. They had 0 yesterday. And some of that goes to the credit of the offensive line, but most of it goes to the credit of Caleb Williams because he was escaping sacks left and right. I mean, there were at least 5 instances yesterday where, a year ago, Caleb Williams would have gotten sacked. Absolutely. I mean, yesterday when he was escaping sacks, I was just like, okay, what is this guy doing? Like, this is insane. And I mean, and if anyone is going to come at me for saying what I'm about to say, so Caleb Williams had 220 passing yards with 63 rushing yards. Again, we mentioned a little earlier there were probably 100 yards left on the field because of drops. Caleb Williams is the leader of this franchise. I don't care what anyone says. Any hater that watches this and any Caleb Williams hater out there, you can go home. You can get out of here. Caleb Williams has silenced all the haters about not being able to, be a leader of men or a leader of a franchise. And actually, Colin Cowherd, who is notoriously well known for bashing Caleb, actually said on his show that he finally thinks that the Bears have a franchise quarterback. And that is like the first nicest thing that I've ever heard him say about Caleb Williams. It's always something bad. I'm sorry, Michael. What do you have to say?
I just want to say something because I've watched him week after week about Caleb. He switches his opinion every single week.
Yeah, it literally is whatever the results of the game is.
Yeah.
Which is just so weird. He's a USC grad. Like, he's a USC fan, and when Caleb was in college, he just glazed the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And then now that he's gone to the Bears, it's just been like a total switch up.
Yeah, it's if we lose, Caleb sucks. If we win, Caleb's our franchise guy. That's literally how it's been all year.
I like Cowherd too. I think he's fun to watch. Like, I think he's fun to listen to.
No. I mean, the way that he bashes people is what makes him fun to watch. It's his niche. but like, when we're watching him and he's constantly bashing Caleb Williams, it just hurts what he says, because like we believe in him, and we think that he's the future, and he will be the future of this franchise. I've said it multiple times. I mean, he's just shown in the past like month that he has that clutch gene. And in fact, I mean, I think I saved the game, like how many game winning drives he had. So yeah, so he had a so updated Caleb Williams clutch drives before in 26 games. He had the game winning drive before the Hail Mary against the Commanders. An Eberflus blunder cost him the win against the Lions when Eberflus was there. They had a game-winning field goal drive or game-winning drive before a missed penalty. The Vikings were down, we were down 11 with 30 seconds left. We almost won that game. We had a go-ahead touchdown erased by a penalty against the Seahawks. This goes back to last year. I'm sorry for not clarifying if anyone's wondering. We led a game-winning field goal drive last year against the Packers to end our season. We had a 69-yard game-winning drive against the Raiders. We had
2 game-winning drives against the Packers.
We had a Commanders game-winning field goal drive. We had the 58 game-winning touchdown to Colston Loveland, and 2 game-winning TD drives down 10 in the fourth against the Giants yesterday. And that is only in 26 games, 26 career games. That is insane. So, I mean, if that doesn't, get you guys going and help you guys figure out that this guy is the franchise quarterback, I don't know what will. So, I mean, I am astounded that we have Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson together, because I personally believe that if we had anyone else, our record might look a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, this needs to be talked about. Luther Burden needs to become wide receiver 3 in this offense, because yesterday, Olamide Zaccheaus had 3 key drops throughout the game. And I mean, they were good passes, the ones that Zaccheaus dropped. And then near the end of the game, they go to Burden on a couple of passes, and he just catches it with ease. And Ben Johnson did say that when we give him opportunities to catch the ball, he catches the ball, and it's huge. I mean, the dude is a first round talent that we got in the second round. I have no idea how he ended up in the second round, but I'm thankful for it, because I mean, this kid is going to be great. I have no problem with his temper issues or whatever was said to make him last till the second, whatever was said.
It was injuries.
No, it was also a diva thing. Like,
Was
he just
I
watched a lot of Mizzou football the last couple of years, because I had a good buddy who went there. But no, I mean, the one reason, like, it's two words, one reason why he fell in the draft, and his name is Brady Cook. I mean, Mizzou's quarterback was not very good last year, and he couldn't get the ball downfield. He was hurt. Their backup had to come in. Like, I went to their game against Bama last year, and Burden had like 3 catches right at the start of the game, all on screens. And then once Bama keyed in on him, like, they just didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
Because his sophomore, like his second to last year at Mizzou, they had a running back, Casey Schrader, who was like first team All SEC and took a lot of pressure off the passing game, which is why he was so productive that year. But very lucky to have Luther.
Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? I mean, Michael, Jack, you kind of just alluded to it, but Michael, do you have anything to add here?
No, he needs to be receiver 3. Zaccheaus has to be like the the safety.
Six.
Like wide receiver 4. He needs to be 4, and
He can
Luther
be-
has
he-
to be
He
3.
can be our new EQ St. Brown.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
New Tyler Scott.
Yeah. So the next topic was kind of cool. Yesterday, Darnell Wright had a pancake block on Brian Burns, and I actually saved it on my Twitter, so we can watch it. Let me pull it up on Twitter here real quick. But it's great. But if you look on the opposite side, Theo was getting beat. So I'm just gonna say that. But
Which is what I said in Saturday. I said you let what's it called?
Oh yeah, here's the block by Wright, and then you can't really see but still, that's a big block.
Yeah.
That's something. But Darnell Wright is the cornerstone of this offensive line for years to come. I can't wait to have him on this line for a long time, and he's still dealing with his elbow injury, but he's playing through it with a brace on it, which is awesome.
And the Bears got slammed for that pick at the time because that was when we traded back and passed on drafting Jalen Carter. So to see Darnell Wright turn out this good has been really fun to see.
Everyone.
The start of this year, Darnell Wright made me mad. I'm not gonna lie, just because of all of his penalties.
Yeah.
But then he figured it out.
Yesterday.
He's been figuring it out.
He had one yesterday, but he's been figuring it out.
It wasn't even penalties that killed us yesterday on offense. It was the drops.
Yeah,
if we can just get the two to not drop the ball and not get penalized a bunch, the pieces are there to have a really explosive offense.
No, I think we
are. I think we're number one in explosive play rate right now.
I think we are.
It's crazy to say for the Bears.
I was just listening to something about that on my drive home from work.
Yeah, this team is definitely more disciplined than it's been in the past for sure, and much better coached for sure also. But let's see, and then of course we got to end on this. So before we talk about the game speech and all that stuff. The two players that did receive game balls were C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Caleb Williams, which hearing Caleb Williams get a game ball, that just feels so good, man. It just feels so good. And these will never get old. I don't care what people say. They will never get old. Let me, before I do that, let me actually pull up the speech because I'm going to forget to do that if I don't.
No, but we've been saying this for this, game balls, Caleb needs to get game balls.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is probably harder for him to get game balls. He's probably looking to give them to other people just because, I know it's not apples to apples, but even just growing up playing sports, the best player on the team hardly ever gets the game ball or the recognition because you got to give it to guys who stepped up on that day.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. But let's listen to this.
Hell yeah! Man, I tell you what, I feel like I'm on repeat each and every week right now. I got nothing new to say to you guys. Did you even waver for a second? You knew exactly we had them right where we wanted them. Gosh, man. Goodness gracious. Hell of a job. Took all 60 minutes. Golly, and you felt it, man. Shake punt. You capitalized. Awesome. Hey, let me say I got 2 game balls here. 2 game balls. New addition came in 2 weeks ago. Okay. Yeah. Let me tell you something. You made some plays now. DJ, come on, big dog.
I want to say I'm grateful for the group of guys that you guys are. I was home for almost 2 months, bro. Missing ball. And being around this group, y'all brought the love back for it. They're winning for it, and I'm just happy to be a part of a great group. Let's keep this rolling.
Man, let me tell you something now. This next guy, man, he's got ice in his veins now. And if you don't believe it now, you just wait, man. The best is yet to come, 18. Here we go.
This goes to everybody in here. It's not just me. I mean, offensive line, hell of a game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I took that one sack in the beginning, but hell of a game to y'all, keeping us going. The energy, the effort on the sideline. Between the offense, obviously I'm not able to be on the sideline with y'all defense, but the energy, the consistency that, like Coach said, not to waver. And y'all did the same on defense. They scored or whatever happened. When it came down to it, we needed each other. We always come through every single time.
Bring it on in, gentlemen. Come on. Good, better. Never let it run. You're good, get better. You better get better. Bears on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, I mean, there's multiple things that I gotta say. First of all, I mean, the biggest thing for me that coming away from that speech was not the fact that Caleb got the game ball, but if you listen closely, players in the background are shouting greatness for Caleb. That's one. And second of all, I mean, you know how we were all curious if Caleb was going to be a good leader for this team. I mean, a good leader is humble, and he literally said, "It's not just me. It goes to the offensive line, the defense, and everything else." That signals a good leader when he doesn't take all the credit. It's funny. I'm going to mention someone's name who's another quarterback in this league, and I don't think he's a very good leader. Or I've heard that he's not that well known as being a good leader, and that's Kyler Murray. I'm sorry for Kyler Murray fans out there if you watch this, but I don't he doesn't take things seriously. He just people in the building don't say that he doesn't isn't as serious as he should be. But I mean, what were your guys' reaction to that speech and everything like that? So, Michael, I'll go to you first, and then we'll end on Jack.
Yeah, no, I love CJ getting the ball. You know me, I was a big Saints fan when Michael Thomas and Drew Brees were still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Drew Brees was my favorite player of all time. So I've watched a lot of CJ. He's such a good player, and I was so happy with that signing. And then the Caleb speech. Thanked everyone, basically. Said this is everyone, this is not just mine. And then he also said, or he took credit for taking that sack, too. That he did not say
and
anything about
wasn't that one called back anyway? Because of penalty, but still.
That just shows, I think he's coming into a leader role now.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing bad I can say about Caleb Williams right now. There isn't anything bad. I mean, he's got a little less than he's got 2,136 passing yards. So I think he's on pace for 4,000, something like that. He's on pace for, I want to say, 25 touchdowns and 6 or 7 interceptions, which, I mean,
I think it's
30
up to
touchdowns.
I think it's 30 touchdowns, 9 picks, if I saw that correctly.
Well,
he needs to get his
30 total touchdowns, not passing.
Maybe.
I don't know. I thought I saw 30 passing touchdowns.
Maybe you did. Maybe I haven't found that on Twitter, but
he's averaging 237 passing yards per game, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to average that the rest of the year to get 4,000.
I think that's possible. That's not that bad.
No. So.
I mean, what? So what are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts, Jack? On
No,
this?
I was honestly. I feel like you guys kind of hit everything. I don't have anything very valuable to add. I feel you guys hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, you know, the thing that sucks is, so we are now in our difficult part of our schedule. We've got the Vikings, the Steelers, the Eagles, and the
Packers.
Packers the next 4 weeks. Okay.
And then Browns defense, and then Packers again, then the Niners, then the Lions, and then season's over. Then we got playoffs.
All right. So we're 6-3. We're 6-3. And we have 8 weeks left. We need to win 4. We need to win 4. I want to see 10 wins in Ben Johnson's first season. And to be honest with you, I think I'm being modest. I think we could get 11. I think it's possible. I just don't know which team would be the 11th, if I'm being honest. But okay. I want to win the Vikings game because, last time we lost, we were winning the whole game except the fourth quarter. So we should get a revenge. The Bears should want a revenge game. I want to win against the Steelers because screw Aaron Rodgers. And even if Rodgers were somehow to see this, I'm not taking back what I said, what I just said to you, which is also going to be me saying that he's never going to see this. But I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Bears fans never like Aaron Rodgers. So if I'm being honest with you, the Eagles game is going to be a loss. I don't care what people say. It's going to be a loss. There's too much star power on that offense for us to stop that.
I mean, I think these next 2 weeks really determine what's going to, like, if we go 0-2 these next 2 weeks, I think playoff chances are dead. Like, we got to fight for 10 wins. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. If we can win these next 2 weeks, get an in-division win at home against Pittsburgh, who I don't think is a great team, and set ourselves up at 9-3, then I think we make the playoffs. So I think it's really, I don't even want to look too far ahead. Like, I think it really comes down to these next 2 games because I think they're both very winnable.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair statement with how important these next 2 weeks are.
And honestly, the Eagles are very, very, very hot or very, very cold. And if we catch them in a cold, like their cold streak game, we could win that game.
Well, I'll tell you
especially with, I think Kyler comes back. Kyler Gordon.
I'll tell you what. I will feel a little bit more confident if we could win against the Eagles if Kyler Gordon and TJ Edwards come back.
Yeah, which TJ Edwards should be back.
I think he will be, but we don't know yet because he's recovering from hand surgery. But that's it for us this week or this Monday night. The Eagles and the Packers play tonight, so this is an important game because if the Packers lose, we are in second place in the division, and that is huge.
And basically, in a tie for first, because if we can just beat Detroit at home, that wipes away their tiebreaker on us.
Yeah, but I thought that I forgot that we got obliterated by the Lions.
It's that freaking week 1 game that kills me. Like, how did we lose that game? We should be 7-2 right now. I know you could also go the other way and say, how did we win in Las Vegas? How did we win in Washington? Whatnot. But like, that Vikings game just haunts me.
Yeah, that's the game that haunts us right now. We knew that we were most likely going to lose against the Lions. I will admit we did not think that we were going to lose that bad, but we did.
I thought that was going to be like a 7 to 10 point loss.
Yeah, it was
not
31 point loss.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, that's it for us today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next week for the preview with my friend Charlie and for the Vikings game, because that next week's the Vikings, right?
Yep.
Oh God, please get the revenge game, please.